Cheniere seeks LNG export increase as DOE reviews Corpus Christi application. Cheniere Energy is seeking federal approval to increase liquefied natural gas (LNG) exports from its Corpus Christi, Texas terminal, as regulators begin review of a request that would expand authorized export capacity without adding new infrastructure. Corpus Christi Liquefaction LLC, CCL Midscale 89 LLC, and Cheniere Marketing LLC filed an application with the U.S. Department of Energy (DOE) on March 2nd requesting authorization to export an additional 251 billion cubic feet (Bcf) of LNG per year. What the application requests. The request, referred to as the Midscale Uprate Project, is based on updated engineering data and operational performance from the facility's Stage 3 expansion. The company states that improved understanding of production capacity allows for higher output within the existing footprint. Cheniere indicated in its filing that the increase would not require significant or major modifications of existing facilities or result in additional environmental impacts. If approved, the authorization would allow exports to both Free Trade Agreement (FTA) and non-FTA countries through December 31, 2050, with a 3-year extension period through 2053. Compliance record and emissions data. The application arrives alongside ongoing scrutiny of emissions performance at the Corpus Christi terminal. A 2025 report by the Environmental Integrity Project, EIP, identified multiple emissions events and permit exceedances at the facility over several years. The report found that Corpus Christi recorded 59 emissions events between 2016 and 2025 and emitted approximately 3.3 million tons of greenhouse gases, GHG, in 2023, ranking it among the highest emitting LNG facilities in the United States. EIP also reported that permitted emission limits at the facility have been revised upward multiple times since operations began, including increases to greenhouse gas and criteria pollutant thresholds. Permit changes and enforcement activity. State-level permitting and enforcement actions have also shaped the facility's operating profile. Records reviewed by EIP indicate that regulators in Texas approved permit revisions that increased allowable emission levels over time. The report further noted that enforcement outcomes have varied, with some violations resolved without financial penalties. EIP also stated that certain emissions events were not fully reflected in the EPA's Enforcement and Compliance History Online (ECO) database, requiring cross-referencing with state records to assess total activity. Parallel expansion activity. The export request is one of several active regulatory proceedings tied to the Corpus Christi facility. In February 2026, the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, FERC, accepted Cheniere's Stage 4 expansion proposal into formal review. That project would add additional liquefaction capacity, storage, and marine infrastructure, increasing vessel traffic at the terminal. The DOE export authorization, FERC review, and associated environmental analysis are proceeding on separate but overlapping timelines. What comes next? DOE will evaluate the application under the Natural Gas Act and will complete environmental review requirements under the National Environmental Policy Act before issuing a final decision. For stakeholders tracking LNG infrastructure, the review process brings together capacity expansion, regulatory oversight, and operational performance at one of the largest export facilities in the United States. The public comment window on the DOE uprate closes May 22, 2026. File at fergus@hq.do.gov. Reference docket number 26.22.lng. You've been listening to Sustainability Soundbites by Environment and Energy Leader. For partnership opportunities, please reach out to our team.